Sup, my friends, and welcome back to the Dragon's Lair. This is the Taoist Dragon of the Epic Peeps fam, but you can call me Toasty. And hi, sorry, I'm nervous. I'm all over the place. I am trying to get my thoughts coherent enough to have a nice little video. This might be a long one, so pretty much I just want to talk to you guys about like everything that's going on, but keep it in like a coherent fashion. Because I find minds, especially my mind, that sort of rhymes, right? I don't know. At least it was funny to me. But like I bounce around between threads of ideas, especially when I'm talking about like deep stuff, which I am this video, but deep stuff where like I'm still collecting my thoughts and I haven't really put words to things. So as soon as I start talking, it just kind of comes out in like sporadic bursts, and then the video will go on for like a year and a half, and I'm talking about 6 dozen things, and I'm dropping 3 dozen of them, and it's all a mess. I'm trying to keep things so it's got a nice flow, but also it's just natural. But in this video, I'm not going to really edit too much because this is just my natural thoughts of stuff going on. But I can't even say right now. I'm a very confusing person. I'm confusing to myself. But what I mean by I can't even say right now, it's like I was going to say that right now that there's a lot going on or whatever. But I'm trying to be as honest with you guys as with myself and everything. And a large chunk of this channel has just been being honest with people. Because that has been a huge hurdle for me. It's just talking about stuff bothering me. And it's so important to like your growth. And like when I did start talking to people, it's like so many amazing things happened to me. I was very broke. I don't like saying that, but I had some things happen to me in elementary school. And when I was a kid, I have serious, very serious abandonment issues and issues with neglect. And it's hard because it's not like I'm a victim. The face was for us like I'm a very conscious person, especially about my words. So I just want to make sure my words match up 100% to what I'm trying to say. But I'll be honest with you guys, it's because I'm worried about being misunderstood. I'm worried that I'll say something that's misunderstood and then people will get upset with me and it'll just be the end of it. I am very terrified of people just vanishing on me and letting people in because of that. And this isn't really the purpose of the video, but to say right now for me never feels right because I never have like stopped being with things. Again, that's not exactly how I want to word it. I don't really have words for myself, but I've always grappled with like these big things. I'm a very spiritual person, and that's a large chunk of what saved me because I had some issues as a kid. I moved around a lot, and because I never really felt secure, the things that I grew to rely on was kind of like my spiritual beliefs, but like this thing that I felt. And I don't like talking about it. I'm not going to go into detail because, for one, I just don't really want to talk to people about my beliefs because I'm still coming to terms with them. but also because you guys have your own beliefs and you're entitled to your own beliefs as long as it doesn't hurt yourself or anybody. And yeah, I just don't like going into details. I apologize because a large chunk of this channel is about opening up about things. So I feel like a hypocrite being like, I don't really want to talk about this. And it's not even that I don't trust that it would be received well. Though I'll be honest, I don't necessarily trust that it would be received well. But that's like with everything. No matter what you say, people are not going to receive it well, and then there will be those that do. I feel most people are going to be pretty understanding as long as you're a decent human being. Yeah, it's just really that I can't talk about it. So, and like, I just don't want it to, I guess, interfere. Yeah, that's the thing. I don't want it to interfere with other people's beliefs. I feel like a conceited a hole saying that, but it's not, that's not what I mean by it. It's hard for me to explain what I mean by it. And it's not really the focus of this video. But it's pretty much, I just, okay. It just comes down to I feel like people have a lot to offer the world and myself. So I don't want to talk about my beliefs as much as I just want to hear about theirs. And that will in turn shape my beliefs. It's not that you just take everybody's like word for things. You can't. There's a lot of conflicting opinions and stuff out there. But just listening is nice. It's not necessarily that it's important, but it is. It's more along the lines of like it's the nice thing to do, I guess. So I just I love people in the sense of just who they are, and it's a huge drive for me, just people being people. So that's the biggest reason I don't like sharing my beliefs. So I bring that up, my beliefs, because that is like the biggest thing that has kept me going. But I've met a lot of really awesome people. I've healed. I've had a lot of healing because I started to open up. But I have changed so much. I've changed so much in just like a few years. And like starting this YouTube channel, it is intense. So, like, for me, I definitely go through spurts of like dealing with things and then just kind of like goofing off playing video games or whatever, not thinking about stuff so much. Just because it's like, it's intense. I can't do it all the time as much as I'd like to. But it's hard to describe what I'm trying to do. But it's like the thing that matters most to me is developing a strong sense of what the actual truth is and preparing for what lies on beyond this. And it's just part of me as a person. I am not going to focus too heavily on something that is not going to last. I'm going to focus on the thing that is going to be the ultimate reality. So it's like life eventually is going to end. But what is the reality beyond that? Because life is going to end, I come to terms with that, and then I'm trying to, well, not really learn. Again, I said I'm a confusing person. So I'm going to move on from this because I am still thinking about it and I don't have words, so it's not really a productive conversation. It's just ultimately keep in mind that my beliefs is a huge part of why I am me. So, like with YouTube, me starting YouTube, I just had a really good feeling about it. And I've gotten a lot out of YouTube. But that has just left me in an interesting position of like not knowing what I want out of it now. And especially since I am struggling. Part of me just doesn't want to say this because I don't want to whine. I'm not putting this on anybody, but I feel my words will speak for themselves, or just at least my energy, I guess. Because, like, my true, honest feelings will come through because they're my true, honest feelings. And that's something that I don't really trust because when I was a kid, it was such an innocent thing. I don't even really blame my teacher, but this like really set me back. Where my teacher asked me to go tell the kids something in the class, and I thought about it for a second. I was like, okay, she's the teacher, and this is her job, so she probably wants me to say no. So I said no, and then she got upset because obviously, from her perspective, I was probably just like a kid, like testing the boundaries. It's like she asked me to do something, I was like, no. And that just like, it scared the crap out of me because I was really trying to understand things from her perspective. And I was greeted with, it wasn't too hostile, but she was upset. She's like, "Did you just say no?" He's like, "You go tell them." I'm like, "Oh no, I messed up terribly." And now I can't even say that was the sole thing because it's not even her. It was my reaction to that incident that really messed me up because I didn't choose to internalize it so heavily, but I definitely did, especially with some issues that I have with my family. Pretty much it was just easy for me to go, I'm a screw up. So I am just going to say the wrong thing, or I'm going to interpret things the wrong way, and people are going to get mad. People are going to hate me. And normally that would be fine, but I took that as a reason for like some very important people in my life leaving. And it's hard to say that because I didn't even blame myself for them leaving, but because I do have abandonment issues and like neglect issues, which is very hard to say because I have not had a tough life. I don't want to say like it's like true abandonment. It's hard to say because like the people that did leave, I still kept in contact with. It just wasn't a whole lot. It was just like how things happen, yada yada yada. Again, it's very hard to talk about. I'm not even pinning this on anybody. Not even, well, not even myself. Admittedly, I taken the brunt of this more than I should have. It's hard. Life is complicated and it's not clean cut, and that is just the thing. Like all this stuff, it's not clean cut. If there was like an obvious victim or an obvious antagonist or whatever, it would be easier to deal with. But just know, like, I'm not upset with anybody. And yeah, it's not even that I had like this great, terrible childhood. I'd say that I had a very normal childhood and had a lot of good things in it. Otherwise, I wouldn't be nearly as well balanced as I am. So, or able to have healed and moved on like I am. So, it's just something that I have to admit, though, is that it's there.